also shall strengthen him. The enemy shall not exact from him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him, and I will beat to pieces his adversaries before him. So who is your Satan? Do you see clearly? Who will call the dragon Satan? In Revelations 12, they got their red dragon. They want to call that Satan. The dragon must be Satan. The dragon means to see clearly. And if they call the dragon Satan, that means that they feel like the adversary, their adversary is the one that sees clearly. Their adversary is the dragon because it sees clearly. It has the deadly glance, right? We make the invisible visible when we see them crystal clear. When we got the light, when we're shining our light, it is your dragon. It is a paralyzing sight. Yeah, you want to talk Comet Atlas 3i, man? We'll get into all that, but let's take it back to the basics. We're talking fiery meteor, comet. We still talking dragon in 1828 Webster Dictionary. We're also talking any Naga that's had enough. Any Naga that says HaWah fights for me. Nah, I ain't taking no more of this slavery. That would be a dragon, a fierce, violent person, male or female, as this man or woman is a dragon. Because you have the glance, the look. You got the fiery look, right? The fiery look is the light. It makes things clear. It means you see clear who your adversary is. The fiery look is the fiery looking. Halal HaWah. The fiery look is the fiery looking. The Ethiopian is the Naga, the Negro, who they call the burnt face. But in truth, we're just talking fiery looking. That means you see clearly. To see clearly and have the deadly glance is to have the fiery look, because you know who you are and become fierce or violent to the Matrix program, man. To see clear disrupts the Matrix, makes you fierce and violent, male or female, is a dragon. God. And the dragon is a meteor. And King David is a prester, a priest. And the prester is a meteor. So a dragon is a meteor. A prester is a meteor. That means that the prester is a dragon. And this comet or this meteor is a dragon. And I don't have to make that up. Because the definition of the dragon is still the meteor. And it's a man or a woman, fierce or violent person, right? So when we say who's Prester John, we still talking meteor. We still talking dragon. We still talking a shooting fiery meteor. And this fiery looking one. Fiery looking. Before they called Ethiopia one place in Africa, this is a generic Greek term for fiery looking Nagas wherever you are. And they have the fiery look. Well, that means, Managa, that you see clearly, right? That means you're the one with the deadly glance. The fiery look is the deadly glance. And you might be able to see then who is, your adversary. Satan means what? Adversary. So when HaWah says, I'll beat to pieces your adversaries, I'll turn your Satans to shreds, man. I'm going to wash them hijacks. All them hijacks who plotted against us are the adversaries. It's not no red man with horns, my naga. I'm talking about all the nagas, all the hijacks who hate HaWah, who plotted against us, are the adversaries, children of Lot, all of them. The ones HaWah drove away with his spirits to lead them astray, outside the covenant of the chosen, taking crafty converse, counsel, cutting us off from being a nation, so the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. This is Satan, adversary, one who plots against another, and who will call the dragon an adversary. Anyone who the dragon is not down with, anyone who's out of code from the Creator. And again, they even called HaWah's dragon from the book of Job. Can you put a hook in his mouth? Can you control this dragon like me, this huge sea animal? Unknown origin, right? But LWH is like that law, right? That law. And who would say this law is out of code? He's bending, he's twisting. He's a dragon, of course he's bending and twisting. Sometimes regarded as a form of Satan. Really? An adversary to who? Atlantis? Did Leviathan sink Atlantis? We'll come back to this. Did big old Leviathan sink old hijack Atlantis? Would the Egyptians see Leviathan as Satan? Would they write that in Revelations as this red dragon devouring the Christ child, the Zeus child? Because Jesus is Zeus, and Zeus is rebranded, repackaged Jupiter that the hijacks been worshiping, these false gods. They rebranded him as Zeus, Jesus. And he's getting devoured by this dragon for a reason in Revelations. And that's the twist, and that's the turn of Hijack City. Who would call HaWah's dragon Satan? Adversary. Is Leviathan plotting against them? Sinking Atlantis? Is he opposing them? Anybody opposing HaWah, Managi, is Satan. Anybody opposing us is Satan. Plotting against us is Satan. Obstructing us is Satan. Showing enmity towards us. These are the acts of the adversary. And I will beat to pieces. Verse 24, Psalms 89, and I will beat to pieces his adversaries, Satan, before him, and smite them that hate him. Who hates us? Yeah. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. You want precept on precept? You want drop on drop? And smite them that hate him, but my faithfulness and my mercy shall be with him, and through my name shall his horn be exalted. I will set his hand also on the sea, his right hand on the rivers, who controls the water. And he shall call unto me, thou art my Father, my power, the rock of my salvation. And I will also appoint him firstborn bond, highest of the kings of the earth. HaWah. Who's your deliverer? The Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on earth. It's going to be astonishing, even to the hijack that know what's going on. Verse 32, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the children shall happen, and the sign shall happen, which I showed you before. And then my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. My bond, my son is my firstborn. Dawood, where the covenant is forever, where the seed is enduring forever, and the throne as the days of heaven. Let's go. And when the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as they saw them willing to come, as thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting, but he shall stand up to the top of Mount Zion. And Zion shall come and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and built, like as thou saw the hill graven without hands. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which their wicked life are fallen into tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and shall destroy them without labor by the law, which is like unto me. Destroy without labor, meaning it's going to be easy work, man. Like a flame, my noggin. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another piece of a multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. Wow. But they took this counsel. Shalak, let's get it. We popping off, man. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. Verse 42, second address. That they might there keep their statutes, their laws, right, which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow places of the river, for the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. And through that country there was a great way to go, namely of 1.5 years, and the same region is called Arsareth. Arsareth. And to show you that this ain't no play, back to this David Rumsey map, flat earth projection as a muzzle equidistant AE projection, right? Here you got North America, South America, Antarctica with no ice, gateways to get through the ice into more worlds beyond the pole. They not keep the statutes and kept them in another land. It couldn't be too far from them. It said about 1 year journey, I don't know if we're just talking walking or how they're journeying, but if I'm just looking at a close proximity of a migration, and I'm looking at North America and California here, right? And we can zoom on in and see the picture getting clear. Right, you got California, you got Vermelho, which is Red Sea. Yeah, Red Sea. You got Quivera, which is Ibera, Heber, land Eber. Okay, enough talking. I got my tea, man. I was just so excited to get to my Nagas. I'm still, just getting over. Just a bunch of hijack, man. So, we here, though. We did it. We crossed the Strait of Antioch. So perhaps they're in America, right? They're in America. And they go forth, verse 41, into a further country where never mankind dwell, that they may keep their statutes, their code, which they never kept in their own land. Entered into Euphrates by narrow places of the river. For that country is called Arser. God, so they enter, through these narrow places, right? And over here you have what? Arser. Let's get it big. What does it say? Tribe of Israel. Arser. So, hey, could be nothing, huh? Could be something. But it seems like they crossed over this Euphrates situation. Antioch. And kept the laws that they didn't keep in their own land. In Hebrew. For a time. That's the only place on this map I even saw anything about Israel. Arser. Had a time where there was no ice on Antarctica's chest bone. No ice in the center, no ice. Ooh, don't make me get crazy. Start talking tree of life, man. Polaris, North Pole, rivers flowing out. 4 rivers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy, let's go.